now that the toxicology or the autopsy has been read out and it comes out unasserting, were you surprised? Number one, I want you to answer my follow-up question.
To be honest, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
But do you think the Baba will be surprised?
Well, this is my personal opinion. I'm sure, not thinking, is not surprised about the result.
That's funny. Because if the
It's not surprised, or it shouldn't be surprised.
But my question now is this: if there was loss of blood, or Mohbad was said to have bled profusely, and they claimed that the injection led to an anaphylactic reaction, even if they can't find the injection in his body, the post-mortem, the toxicology should be able to at least tell us
what caused the bleeding,
and even the death, because they should be able to tell us, even if the injection did not cause the death, but they should be seeing the traces of, okay, there was a reaction of an anaphylactic reaction, and that means that never existed.
Exactly what I just want to say. That anaphylactic reaction never existed. It never happened. How, or what do I mean?
Because they said they even confirmed that Mohbad is not even a drug addict. No drug was found in the body or anything.
And aside from that, say, we all heard from the inquest today when the driver that took them to the, what is it called, to the show and brought them back home said, and I quote, that when they came back home, after there was a quarrel at the show and Mohbad was trying to, punch Prime Boy, but Prime Boy did not reply. And that was when he hit his hand on the glass. That was one. And police came to separate them. Prime Boy went away, and that was it. Now, when they got home, this guy said he parked his car, as in the whatever car he took them to the show. He parked at the gate that nobody could come in or out since 2 a.m. or before then. And it was around 2 a.m. that some of them came to him that the aunt that Mohbad had injury, they want to go and get medication, that he needs to take them. And he said to them he can't take them with the car because while they were coming on the bridge, the what is it called? The fuel in the car indicates, low level, so he can't take that. And they went with Mohbad's car, and they came back. Immediately they came back, he blocked the entrance again, that nobody comes in and nobody goes out. One, we had what is it called? Darusha says when they returned from the show, he left them. They went to his house. This guy said nobody leaves. Spendy said he left. This guy said nobody leaves. Even Lifestyle said, I think he also said he left at a point in time. And this guy said not until past 12 to 1 in the morning that they asked him to go and do his whatever somewhere else. And that was when he left. On Tuesday, 9 o'clock, he had a call. And the person that called him said, you better go and report yourself in the police station. The guy you took to show in Ikorodu was reportedly dead. 9 a.m. on the 12th.
That is now a serious cause for concern, because at the end of the day, my question now is this.
I'm coming though.
Hold on. Hold on, okay. Before you go there. If this same driver was interviewed by the police then, and he gave that account of 9 a.m., and again, the nurse told the same police because
2
she
a.m., 2 p.m.
2 a.m. So at the end of the day, why are the police? You know what?
Detaining the nurse.
We need a serious protest in Abuja.
Why would the police detain the nurse? For what? When someone said he got a call that the guy died, was reportedly dead, 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And nurse said she came in 2 p.m. to treat Mohbad.
Adura said anybody that claimed to see Mohbad anything
on Monday after 12
noon
is a lie.
Is lying.
So what are we talking about? So this issue has nothing to do with the nurse. Okay, now, if they went around 2 a.m. to go and get some medication for Mohbad because they said the injury he had. And this guy also said, while they were coming on the bridge, that the wife locked Mohbad on the neck with his clothes, dragging him seriously. And when they even get to him,
somebody bleeding profusely. That is somebody who is bleeding.
Now, and the driver now said when they get home, he now told the wife that do not fight him when you get inside, because the guy said he slept in his car outside in the compound.
No,
so
you're not
analyzing what was going on.
You are missing something. Somebody who they claimed had sustained injury
and was bleeding profusely.
That is the person the wife
still held him.
Fighting again.
Someone still held him. You know, the issue is this. The issue is this. If police, we know they've not done any investigation before writing their jegbadantis, whatever, as in those who investigated initially. Now, at the moment, I think and I believe police should come in and arrest now all those that were in the house, all those that returned to that house with them, even including the driver, for them to be interviewed. They need they need to arrest all of them, and whoever needs bail will get the bail.
You know, basically,
because what they said, what they wrote as their statement is contrary to what the driver said completely today. They were all claiming they were not there. They left, and the driver said nobody left. He makes sure nobody leaves the house because he parked and blocked the entrance and nobody could come in or go out. And they were all there till past 12 when he left on Monday. And that was that past 12 that Adura said if anyone claimed to see Mohbad anything after 12 on Monday, it's a lie. So I think the game just started now. What they were thinking initially, and I've said this a couple of times, I have said this result that was read, you know, and I said they will say it's inconclusive or uncertain, and at the end of the day, Baba will say, well, I accept my fate, I leave them to God, and that will be it.
And that would have been the way it's meant for a package, yeah.
That was their plan. That's exactly what I'm saying. That was their plan. But as God will have it,
the real thing that was meant to be done is, which is what I am happy that the public has been able to make the police to do, is to return back to the investigation.
They have to.
Because initially, what the police were trying to make us understand is they have concluded their investigation and the judge asked them to duplicate their file with the DPP. And that is the advice they got so far. So now that a new lead, the beautiful thing about this case is this, and that is the law. In the light of a new lead, the police are constitutionally bound to go into the case again because murder cases, homicide, does not have statute of limitation.
At all.
And because of that, a 3 seconds video and a confession came not from a cloned account, not from somebody who was not in the house. It is coming from the two parties, Adura and Damola, that were physically in the house.
Present.
Were together, took Mohbad's body that is now being declared BID.
Sorry, someone is asking a question on the comment section. The person was asking that the driver asked the picture of the broken glass. That question was not asked, and he did not answer that, so we don't know.
I think they presented it during the police preliminary report then. They presented the broken glass. Now, even let's assume there is a broken glass now. And let's accept there is a broken glass. But the narration of the driver shows clearly he is not bought and he has not been coerced to lie.
Yes.
So now, with that narration, there is no way the driver, if truly the nurse came in that time, that means it didn't miss the driver.
It did not. The driver said, even as I before then, Mr. Yomi, the driver has never mentioned anything bleeding profusely because he was there. If he saw that the hand was bleeding, the car everywhere would be flooded with blood. That did not happen because the driver never mentioned anything profusely.
So basically,
he only said wound.
Basically, are you with me? The police are likely correct that there was bleeding profusely as a result of hemorrhage. Maybe the push of the Mohbad hitting the head to the floor. Everybody knows. I get saying. So that could have led to the bleeding profusely, and they choose because don't forget, it said they wanted to go to the clinic, to the pharmacy, instead of them rushing Mohbad to the pharmacy,
to the hospital, even to the
hospital rather. They were the ones going out. They wanted to patch it.
And Mr. Yomi, in the morning, around 9, the driver said he woke up around 9 o'clock. He was banging the gate. No one comes out. But around 11 a.m. in the morning on Monday, Wunmi came out and saw him and said, you are still here? And he said, yes, I'm still here because of the broken glass. He said, okay, that will be sorted. I will go in and tell my husband. And he asked Wunmi, how is Mohbad with his wound hand yesterday? And said, don't worry, he will be fine. And he said, why don't you take him to hospital? He said, don't worry, he will be fine. That was the
reason why
response
he asked
from Wunmi.
The reason why he asked was because they came to meet him in the middle of the night that
they want to get medication.
And that's why he felt maybe the hand.
He was asking them exactly.
Now, this is it. We cannot be talking about this on social media alone. The CTC of this driver and the CTC of the doctor, which of course are very vital, will need to be shared immediately with Panti police officers with a strong. That is where we should be adding it with a strong petition or additional petition that this is another new evidence that you need Panti police officers. Do you understand? Because if we don't, they might not have.
But the CTC from last year, year's corona inquest has not even out. Has not been out. CTC from last year, as the first CTC when the first lawyer of Baba Mohbad before they now hired the what is it called, the Nyoshuru.
Okay.
The first lawyer, the coroner inquest, the CTC we have was when that man was still there. When he was sacked, other ones have not been out.
Okay. You know, are you aware that this Mohbad case is already in court and they've started the court matter?
Yeah, it's in court already because two people have been charged.
You know, their charges are already out.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
Are they out? No.
The charges are out,
So
and the trial starts on the
what were they
30th of
charged
April.
for? What were they charged for?
Mr. Nemo.
What?
It's Mr. Nemo, which is negligence.
I said it. I said it.
And
I
understand that the trial, even if they want to find justice for Mohbad, is it not meant to be a proper case where everybody will be aware that Mohbad's trial starts? But whatever the case may be, it's still very good that the case is in court now.
Wow.
Please, even to connect now that the police are now investigating this new lead, we are at a stage now. It's either, which I want to believe that the police will do, they will bring out the full video. And don't let anybody deceive you. The 3 seconds video sent to me, the extension of that 3 seconds is not being seen by anybody. The one with BT Laye that is sent to Baba and the lawyer is another new evidence. You understand?
Yeah.
Normally on a good day,
because there are two different video we're talking about now.
Exactly.
But the two are evidences. You know, they are jamming.
And as it is now, if they can't present it at the coroner inquest, it is important for whoever has it to share it with the police to add to what they will use in bringing Wunmi in and use it to write charges while they are waiting for the one, which I know by now. Mute expander because your different is under.
Okay.
Which I know by now, whatever the case may be, the police will be working assiduously to get the extension of that video. It's a two-way thing. It's either they get the extension, which they can always get by asking the police officer, Tiogbe case Damola, the one that is in charge of Damola's case, to duplicate what he has in the phone, or they want to go by the testimony and the additional statement by Damola that he deliberately deleted homicide evidence. And that is where we are now. There is nothing that can be done to either of that two. So if Damola wants to take the fall, good. Especially when we can now confirm that it was a dead body they were parading as a case of emergency at Kuramed and Perez. Enough evidence and witnesses. And police have got enough witnesses that they can use against whether Damola or whether it's Adura in court that it was a dead body that you were parading. Who made you to be parading dead body? Because the doctor said and the driver said this was the time he had about Mohbad's death. So there was no treatment from any nurse. And then you spending.
And there was another alleged that there was a fight in the house, that the railings were broken. That the railings were broken, and a minor was even injured from the broken railings.
Which minor?
Mohbad, Wunmi's sister, her son.
Wunmi's sister.
Yeah, what is it called?
Shekari.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Ó mú ọmọ yẹn jáde, mark yẹn wà nǹkan ọmọ yẹn, ó ní release yẹn, ibi tó ti fàya ló ya ọmọ òun níkùn. She showed it. Tó fi ń pe àbúrò ẹ̀ pé wá sọ kí ló fàjà nígbà tẹ́ dé láti pátí, kí ló fàjà nulẹ̀, kí ló kan railings.
Okay, it's all right.
Okay. So there are evidences everywhere.
All right, let's have. It's all right. Expander, hold on. Let me bring in Balo. Let's hear from Balo. Balo. Bring in Balo. Let's hear. Balo, are you there? Balo. All right. Top wall. Oplawa, are you there? Oplawa, are you there? Oribiti. Okay, God's first. Okay, T baby, are you there? T baby. T baby, are you there?
If none of them are there, let's drop them there so that other people will be able to come in.
God first, are you there? God's time.
Yeah, Mr. Yomi, I'm here.
All right.
My own is just a quick one.
Go ahead.
If I were to say, maybe when you get to those party people or anything, maybe you should allow them to invite all the whole people that is inside house that very day. Because it's now obvious that every one of them is inside there, according to the driver today. Because some people was even telling, like Spending saying he wasn't there, Lifestyle say he wasn't there, Dayosha say he wasn't there, according to their own story in the past inquest. So if I were to say, and the driver said that everybody was there, according to the driver's statement or CTC today. He said that everybody was there. So if I were to say, if you have your way to tell those people that in the party to invite everybody that went to the show and came back with Mohbad, they should invite them or they should rearrest them so that they will be able to say exactly what happened to the guy. Because with the evidence of today, it means that all of them have compromised.
Yes,
because they are saying, because they are saying different stories. They are saying different stories.
That is why they don't want the CCTV or the video evidence that will say one single story that will tell us the truth.
Exactly. That is why, because each and every one of them in that house, believe me, I am 100% convinced that they knows what happened to that boy, what happened to Mohbad. They knows. Every one of them that follow them to that show and follow them to come back, they knows what happened to the guy. So basically, they should invite every one of them. Since they
no, there is no two ways now. They've told us what happened. Through Adura's TikTok account, we have been told what happened. And there is no way Adura said that was not happened to Mohbad. There was no way. Even all the police stations we have gone to, he has ever said that is not what happened. He is only saying he is not the one that wrote it. So he was not saying, no, that's not what happened. No. He's just telling he's not the one that wrote it and following the normal, stating the lies that is being spread about. Oh, he was injected. Because at the end of the day now, what he was saying that a nurse injected Mohbad is looking like a lie now, because it's obvious that the nurse never even met Mohbad alive. And there is no way I would even believe him. Because how can you, Adura, said Mohbad was injected by a nurse when you said anybody that claimed to see Mohbad past 11
is lying.
Past 12 on 11 is lying. So how come you are now telling me, after your TikTok handle have told us what happened, you are now coming to say Mohbad was injected by a nurse and this? Who are you deceiving? So why are the police not charging you? Because at the end of the day, you are deceiving the public and you are deceiving the police. And that is obstruction of justice. You work all on you work all on and the Mohbad lẹ́yìn aago méjìlá ní ọjọ́ on the 11th, even Katia sọ pé on the 12th, I just come back on the 12th, that person is lying. Now they ask you after they brought you in that this is a message you sent via TikTok and everything. Now you are coming to tell us that, what actually happened to Mohbad on the day he died. When they asked, okay, tell us what happened. He said a nurse injected him. Nurse said I came after 2. After 2. So who is lying, you or the nurse? So it's obvious that the police will have to look at it and say, at this juncture, before we make a mess of this institution and it gets to other places that we don't, because what we need to start doing is, sorry to say, I will wait reasonably for Panti to do justice to this job. In the absence of that, we need a strong protest in Abuja and a strong petition to the IG and then to the Minister of Police Affairs. Strong one. If you all are going to get justice for Mohbad, now we are at a stage that they cannot tell us there is no video evidence. And they know we cannot go and find it by ourselves. So police will either be making a mess by saying where the phone was kept in the command, that they can't find it. If it's going to get to that stage, then we have to know that the entire Nigerian police, the entire Nigerian government are doing the same thing. But they will be telling you, police have done this, police have done that, until you get to the same police at the high level and you realize that they are not part of it at all. If you complain properly, they are ready to answer you. And I know that at this juncture, they will push us. If Panti does not do the due diligence, they will push us to the IG, and then we will have to get to the root of. And it will not be this IG itself, if possible. If this IG will not do what the public wants and stand by the truth, part of it is that God will not make it to be. We will get to the root of it, and then they will say, okay, you know what? This whole mess is now getting out of hand. All the people here now in the police that are acting, representing police now, they will be out. The new people will be there, and then the government power that be at the highest level will have to intervene, because it's getting horribly messy and disgusting. I can't even believe at this stage. Nonsense in Mashele. Rubbish. If they can do this to Mohbad, what says? Tell them tell you about my bound she wala she ogbe. She to back pamilo by Mashele. I go for Kulu Ebanya Karakiri.
Can you imagine? Even none of them said that that driver slept there that very day. None of them said that.
The driver is so tough because he's not ready to compromise. Let's have you talk up Lawa.
Yeah, yes, I could share. In fact, I really appreciate and I commend your efforts, your struggle, your championing the justice for Mohbad. I pray to God Almighty will crown all your efforts. And to those of other people that really want justice for Mohbad, Almighty God will crown all our efforts. Yes, Amen. Sir. The truth from this matter is not far-fetched. And the truth is about to be revealed. Only that if they can take 1 or 2 steps, 1 or 2 steps will be a new complaint through the Ministry of Human Rights, Ministry of Justice in Abuja. There is a section there is a department there that did with human rights and abuses. Tombale channel, if the foundation can take this matter, write a petition and submit it to the Ministry of Justice in Abuja, like, it's as if that there are some certain set of people who are there to bring down the struggle in fighting for justice for Mohbad. They have been colliding. They have been making the same effort in bringing in for justice for Mohbad not to come to the reality. And these are the following people: number 1, Wumi; number 2, Adura; number 3, the driver; number 4, the nurse. So if those people can be named before the Ministry of Justice, Sherry, Ministry of Justice is a different institutions from the police. even though they have a private solicitor whereby they will assign a solicitor in that regard that will speak on behalf of the foundation and query the police that okay fine, so far so good, níbo ni gbogbo bí tẹ́ ẹ bá ẹjọ́ dé, àwọn máa jẹ́ independent investigator into this matter, and I'm very sure if they come in that way, we will definitely see a truth to this matter. So I will urge you, sir, tẹ ẹ bá yẹ kó sún yín, ẹ bá yẹ kó rẹ̀yìn, tẹ bá lè take matter yìí up to the Ministry of Justice. Oh, this one is different from Panti, different from police. Yes, they will take it up and they will file it and they will petitions and they will copy the ID, copy all the necessary, even though to the presidency. Normal copy one. There are some people.
You know what? You have a very good one. Then let me give you a card. You know what I want to suggest?
Okay.
It might look funny. It might look a little bit sketchy or stuff with you guys. In comedy, or let me say 3 things that we can do now that will bring this case to the right path to justice finally. And number 1 is this: whatever the case might be, in the light of this new lead and of the fact that the things that they planned for me last week and this week and coming week, if all those plans failed, Panti would deliver justice for Mohbad. Some of the plans have failed. Some of it failed today. Some of it failed previously. And some of them will fail next week. And by the special grace of God and the spirit of Mohbad, the other onslaught will fail. And immediately that fails, I will want to ask, how long should we give Panti before we make the second option, which is the next move? How long? Because these are the kind of deliberations we should be having on this kind of page. And that is
minimum of 3 working days. Irrespective of administrative.
You're not getting what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now that they've established in Panti, that is the original section of the police that has been assigned the homicide case of Mohbad from beginning, which has the governor's consent and all of that. Okay, these are the department, these are the detective and the team given the job to do. And the governor or any bigger person have all complained that they should take the stuff away from them. The only person that complained about them is still Break the Silence Foundation to the AIG. And that is why the AIG took up the job to investigate all those lacunas, the areas they didn't touch, so that when they get to the whole facts, they will be able to give it back to them and say, yeah, now we have done the job for you. Check this social person to come. But unfortunately, they took it back to the AIG. So now that they are doing the job, don't forget they will be calling in all the suspects one by one. Some of them, they will have to do some phone forensic. They will have to check the iCloud, which are the information I am passing with the police. I am communicating with them. And they are responding back to me that we are working. There is progress. You need to give us time. I'm only asking that as a body, as the public, look at the time that they took the case now. Should we give them to the end of April and see what they will come out with?
Uncle Yomi, Emma Binu, create an online petition so that the public will sign the petition for a re-examination of the case. Come bear again. That's my suggestion.
You don't understand. Hello.
Go beyond that stage.
The case is already in court. I am talking about this new lead. You people are still not understand. It's because this social media stuff have messed up the whole stuff. I want to talk about factions. This new lead of video to send here is a special gift from God. If not, without that, there is nothing anybody can do. Because the case is already in court.
April is not bad for taking up the matter before them. April ending is not bad, but if you also agree with us that giving them more time, they will continue foot dragging. No, irrespective of how lengthy time you want to give them, they will continue foot dragging. They will let you know, like, oh, they have some other things they're handling. They will be giving excuses one after the other. So if we give them, like, okay, fine, at the end of their failure by next week, hopefully, and Panzi did not come up with a concrete evidence or concrete resolution that we want, yes, the Break the Silence Foundation can take up the matter by before the end of the April and channel it to an appropriate ministry that will look into it, that will challenge the assigned.
The point is, I won't be coming. Another thing that we cannot do is, if we are not satisfied again with the workings of Panti, I'm sorry, I have to say this in advance, I won't be able to tell you what is the next place we are facing before they go and ambush us. I hope you guys will have to accept me with me on that one.
Agreed.
Mr. Yomi,
Security purpose, agreed.
may God bless your wisdom. May God elevate you in every way you need help. This will be a quick one. And what am I suggesting? Based on the fact that you said you wrote a letter to the presidency, I don't think that letter will go far. My suggestion might be necessary to plan a demonstration outside the Nigerian National Assembly, enlisting the support of Nigerian broadcasting companies to highlight the issue and capture the presidency attention. That is one. Then you need to accept some other forces, and I mean some others human rights fighters. Somebody like Very Dark Man, you need to associate. You need to call him into this force. I
have called him before. I have called him before, but I know that if we take the protest to Abuja, it will show face.
Yes, that's exactly the reason why I want you to try to get him into the movement. If you can do this, trust me, it's going to get a lot of attention from different parasisters that will support this dream. Or else Mohbad could be compelled to battle. Like he might not get the justice, because the way I'm saying things right now, a lot of things has been compromised, and they are working. The more you go, the more they are trying to shut you down, and they are using every offices in Lagos State to do just that. So now you need to go national. You need some people who are natural investigators to come into this issue and fight it out once and for all. I believe there is one powerful person in Lagos State that was shortchanging, that was using all his influences to gaslight you.
All those people are big. They are having problem with Ashwaju already. Mohbad spirit is not playing. I can tell you for free. All you all need to know is that the only one of the things they can use to bring Ashwaju's government down is to still use this video evidence at a critical moment to hurt Ashwaju.
You see, this is one thing about that video evidence. The one thing about that video evidence is, if there are no videos, they will not force them to bring out a video. But if there are more pressure from Nigerians, trust me, that video will come out. And I'm telling you right now, that video is even outside there with somebody who is showing no care of Kokomi, Jekima won't tell me. But I can tell you, if that video can come to you,
hello? What happened?
Sorry, Yabale, unmute yourself again. Unmute
I'm
yourself,
sorry.
please.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say,
Yeah, but
you see that video in question, sir.
yeah,
Can you
when
hear
you
me?
correcting him with the right pronunciation.
Oh, okay. Yabafe, yes, Yabafe. So what I'm trying to say is, you see that video, if you have a segment of that video with you, another one goes to Baba Mohbad. I'm telling you publicly that another person out there do have the same videos. And they're just showing no interest of submission basically because of what is going on around the case. And they're like, oh, kukuku come, imagine Faramisiwala. But if Nigerians stood their ground, getting attention of the medias, getting attention of the presidency, pushing your case before the National Assembly, trust me, there are so many giant people out there that really want to see the end of this case. They will come out and that video will come out. But if you're expecting police to force them to bring out that video, that will not be achievable because
Okay, now let me ask you.
Okay.
Yeah, Buffet. I
Sir.
understand there is another video evidence. Any evidence is important.
Okay, sir.
Those that have it, where do they think they want to use it?
You see, what I'm saying is,
where do you think they should have?
What I'm saying is, there are some other people that do have that video, but one fẹ́ ṣe ní ṣe pé àkókò mi má jẹ́ fara mi sí wàhálà. Wọ́n tọ́jú ẹ̀ pé kò kúkú kan àwọn, but tó bá ti rí pé force ó ju àwọn lọ, àwọn èèyàn tí ń jáde, táwọn kan ti ń rí bí tí case yẹn lọ, wọ́n máa fi video yẹn lẹ̀. I swear to God, ẹ máa rí video yẹn from nowhere. Ẹ ní mọ bí tó ti jáde, àwọn èèyàn kàn máa sọ, mo ní lọ́wọ́ gbà.
You know where I know they want to use it?
Yes, sir.
And the people that really want to use it are political distractors and detractors. That is the time things like this, they will now say, you see, politicians are funny. Even history about any political opponent or a political party, they will buy it immediately just to change people's mind away from a particular. How did they discredit Jonathan? Just because they said people in his government, they are taking money and he didn't talk. And they said he drink ogogoro only. Do you understand? And they said they withdrew money from NNPC that we don't know whether it's true or not. And they use it to discredit his government. Henry yeah, I can go to bed.
There's another time. Yeah, there's another time. Very Dark Man said when he visited China, he said as soon as he gets to Nigeria, he's going to talk to a couple of people. He wanted to take a case up against Yomi, that now he's going to burn the bridge down. But when he came back, he never mentioned that again. What could have happened?
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either. So what I'm thinking is,
hello, Yabafe. I want us to have a very productive session. And
okay,
I can't, like I said, you people are supporters of Break the Silence Foundation, Justice for Mohbad. So some things I will run it through you guys. Some I will only run it through the lawyers that are with us, and then we'll take actions the way we have been doing on the ground. Even this one that we wrote to the president now, it is myself and the lawyers that we decided on it, because we know this Corona inquest, we know this is going to come out today. So now basically, this particular one of we waiting for Panti, like how long do you think we can wait for? And when we write to them that we are not getting updates, or when should we, how long do you think we can wait before we seek audience at it? Maybe I just want us to conclude on that, because as it is hot new, they think today's stuff will weaken us. We must show our strength in character, and show them that so the real quest for justice for Mohbad will start, because they will tell them you have used everything, it's gone.
1 month.
So that's what I want us to debate.
Yeah, I think like we agreed before, and I think that is still reasonable with the current event that is just unfolding. That we need to give them a bit of time, and which we have agreed to be the end of the month. So I think by end, this is just 11th of the month. So by the end of the month, I think there should be a concrete, moved by the police or press release or actions to be taken. If not, then we can take them up.
Do you have any other person supporting this end of the month? If you are in support of it, let me see your comment in the comment section. Panelists, you can unmute your mic and say if you are in support of that. That's the essence of this panel session. Oh yeah, God's time, are you there? If you support end of April to allow Panti enough time to bring in all the stuff, and then, so if you are in support of end of April, we'll wait for end of April. So before then,
it's okay. It's okay. Let's wait for the end of the month anyway.
Okay.
It's okay.
Ola,
Okay.
Ola, are you there? That doesn't mean that if we have any additional information, we'll be sending it to them. That doesn't mean we'll not be talking to them, asking them update. Oh.
Yeah, so, end of the month is good enough.
Okay. Also considering a press conference to be highlighted, the lacuna, it may be a small session. Okay, we should consider a press conference end of the month as well. Okay. Now I think we have everybody supported end of the month. Do we support that after the end of the month, if we don't have any positive stuff, we should consider, getting the higher authority to again look back into the matter and add it with a protest? Do you support that? Oh yeah, let's debate that too. Expand that. Oh yeah. If after end of the month we don't get anything, do you support that all this evidence, loopholes, the driver's report, doctor, everything, Tabani Pelusi?
Yeah, supported. Yeah, and I think we need to take it higher and with the protest. Yes, we have to do that. Yeah, okay. We have to do that.
Let me bring him up. You can send in your request too. We want to come up. If you want to come up, you can send in your request. So that way, okay, now we have agreed on that too. You can bring people up, moderators.
I just done that now.
Okay, God's time. Do you support after end of April? If we don't get anything, we go to the higher authority with the protest.
Yes, so Mr. Yomi, I support. Let's just give a try again. But I know it's going to work. By God's grace, if the real one must get justice.
Okay. I think everybody on this page are supporting this right move. Okay. Gabriel, are you there? Do you want to say something?
Good evening, Yomi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I support the entire process. I want to add an additional thing. The CTC of the entire corona, you need to get all the CTC of all the people who have spoken, everything, if it's possible. Then secondly, I would also suggest that you get the DSS involved so that they take over everything. Yeah. So you are doing well, but at this point, the entire CTC report from the court, from the coroner's court, every single session needs to be in your hand. They've not released some of the CTC for even best to them.
But we can always apply.
So, yeah, you can apply. Every single one should be got so that we can cross-reference all their testimonies, and you find that they've all been lying. So that with that in mind, with their testimonies at the police station, you find out that they are stuck. But the end view is that the DSS should be pulled in. Let me give you an example. I had something on QH radio yesterday where there's a case of a ritual killer that was arrested by the police, right? The DSS came in on their own because they realized that this case is more than the police. They came in uninvited because they have the power
they have
to do
to
so.
come because that's how they go in uninvited. If something happens, you don't have to. Police don't have to invite them; they will come in. So this one too, before it snowball into anarchy, they must come in.
So the DSS, they are watching carefully, and I'm sure many of them are disgusted. So they can come in on their own, but it will be good to invite them, persuade them, so you are doing well. And all those characters that are planning all these moves, their days are numbered by the grace of God. So Yomi, you are doing well. Please protect yourself. You need to have bodyguards. People who want, but you need to have bodyguards to follow you everywhere, including the police station. And anytime you are going, make it known. Do not be quiet. Do not be quiet, because they want you to be quiet. Do not be quiet. So whenever you are going to the police station, announce it to your team. Let them know I'm also be by you, so that as you go in,
I want the trap for me. I escaped it today.
I want trap here. Give updates. As when the attempt and when you escape, every single thing needs to be made public as per your escapades, because they want you to stop talking so that we don't know what is going on. But importantly, my prayer is that the DSS, once those guys come in, what it be,
So don't worry,
put that in mind.
We won't discuss which of the federal agents we're going to be engaging next. I won't be saying that, but I've had your suggestions. It could be any of them.
Thank you so much, sir.
So
thank you very much.
We all should just understand, just be rest assured that we'll make the right move that the public wants going forward. But we'll wait till end of April and see what. So let's just go about our normal activities. If you see any new thing, we'll send to the police in Panti. Everybody might share, but knowing fully well that an NGO that is reputable is on this matter, and we are not going to back down. NGOs don't back down, no matter how long it takes. We will be on the case, even when people think it's already quiet and cold. Then they will see us spring up, because on the ground we'll be working until justice. Because this time they cannot take me out of the case. They cannot take me away. It's not like Kilo coming back that they are deceiving some people that they will write. They should tell Yomi Fabiyi to come out his hand from the case. Is our family, is our son. No, quiet. LA, I'm already involved. They wanted to take my 3 million, and that means I am now a core and a serious complainant. And by so doing, we have seen clearly that the entire lifeline on in that particular area is now getting exhausted. And it's because they would have to listen eventually and say, we need our unity more than the division. We are telling them that I've been with government. I know when some things are put up to, just shagbeloju, and they just want to listen. They think you're on the same page with them. You are in for something. They are calling you names because, I don't know, because it's social media. But they'll begin to see the light and say, wow, so this person has seen farther than we can see before. Because some people, they are slow learner. Some people, they can easily be hoodwinked into some deceit. Because they will just like, this person talking knows what it. No! Some of these people, they don't know jack shit. They don't even have a background in most of these things when it comes to when you are dealing with government or powers that be. As it is now, we are going to be using the two angle, the conventional solution and the political solution. And the political solution, I have started it already. I have been able to write to the president and highlighted quickly that these people don't love your government. And these people you are talking about, they are using Ashiwaju's name to actually shield. Because they were making it, oh, the people behind this case, they are close to the president. They are this, they are that. We don't want to hear all those nonsense again. Ashiwaju, that we know, will never be in support of such criminality. And it was even when I got to the AIG office that I got to know that even the current commissioner of police, it was myself that was explaining to him the entire situation of Mohbad's case. When he came, it was me. He should come out and deny it. I was the one that was giving him the breakdown, and he said, okay, what about this one? He was asking, he has no idea. He only heard about it briefly. The AIG, he was like, oh, that case, so it's not over. So what's the situation? By the time I explained, he said, what? No, they should go and do this, they should go and do that. Don't be surprised that the next thing, the head of DSS, Minister of Police Affairs, even the Inspector General of Police, they are not aware. And they will be interested. So as they are doing, I will not say which one we are going to because I don't have to say it here. Before they will go and lie against us there or do ambush us, they will just see real movement. And trust me, solo, you guys will hear that something is happening again. And lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ìyá Mohbad ò tí ì pariwo dáadáa. Ó sì máa pariwo tó máa jó pàlóńgò. Ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn dàmọ́lá ogun ẹ̀wọ̀n tí mo life. Ọ̀hún tí mẹ́ni tó ń bá pò pé mi ò, I know they back down. So don't worry, they will say, oh, this is Yomi, he doesn't back down. Let's find a way to blackmail him, to take his life, hurt his child. They have planned so many things, but I have known ahead. Today they planned something, they failed. One waste gbogbo ẹ̀. Man, no, one waste to that. They will waste their money and they will not get something out of it. Because I can't be bought. In this Mohbad's case, no, I have no prize. And they should hear that and they should hear it clearly. I have no prize. And they should never even make an attempt to tell me, okay, this is it. We just want to beg you. Don't let justice be served. Bring out the full video of the 30 seconds that was sent to me and match it up with the confession via TikTok and arrest the rest of the people. Immediately they establish that, arresting the rest will be very easy. So it will get to a stage we will know. Anyway, Mohbad is fighting. All those shielding that we hear that are shielding the suspect, they are beginning to have serious problem. And we would have to expose them more and let the president know that these people are planning with your enemy. I know one of the enemies of the president that is calling the police in zone 2, screaming at them. And I will ask the president, I will ask Sheyi Tinubu, ask them, IG, to call the officers in zone 2. And he should tell you the name of that person. He wants to become president. And he is getting this kind of access to this kind of evidence. And you want to close your eyes. This person will ruin your father's government. And I will expose all of them. They should call the 2 officers investigating in zone 2. One of these presidential aspirants who is an activist has been calling to threaten the police officers. When it is time, I will expose him. But I want to tell the president and his son, ask them to summon them, ask the IG to summon them. And the officers will tell you who has been calling them, threatening them. They know what they are doing. We are very close. Emma Wonobo. One way or the other, political solution will get to this. That is what they are trying to do. And these people, they want to destroy this. And at the end of the day, they keep using this man's name. They know what they are doing. It is time for us to act. And I know why that letter, because most of the things that people see, it's not for social media condemning. We took us time before we say we have to write to the president, and people don't even read the letter. You must read, discern, and let it assimilate. It's not everything that everybody must come to criticize. Before I can put up an open letter to the president, do you think it's a joke? Before I can send to the president's son, everybody in the cabinet, to the PA, to the president, everybody, do you think it's a joke? That I only said go and promote it on your pages, find a way to promote it on newspaper, is because I don't want it to look like I'm the only one doing it. Because if you say you do it alone, they will say only you want to take the glory. Everybody should play a part. You need a body to represent this movement offline. And that is what we are doing as Break the Silence Foundation. If some people can still sit back and brainwash people to think that what we are doing is not right, that means anybody can be brainwashed. Any day, to represent offline, to interface with the government. That is why there was no movement. That was why Wunmi was not reacting. That was why there was no court. They didn't charge the case to court because they are just playing on social media. When they realize that, oh, this particular body, Justice for Mohbad, they now have an NGO interfacing physically, they know that then this is a serious case now. To deceive the public with any kangaroo stuff will be difficult. So let's take ourselves out of the whole matter. Because to manage you have a commissioner of justice, I'm a berry. But they case to clear by for the tell the charges in court. They have to charge you to court. They know what they are doing. Pressure gidi la fa. I want to send the messages to this is where the pressure is coming from. That's why you start seeing them. Send this, Yomi Fabiyi, and let's leave unnecessary competition. They know who is facing them physically, who is giving them problem, who is giving them pressure. Accept it that this person is trying to help the public. Let's help one another and get justice out so that we can save the society. If you can help, if you can put the letter on your page, put it, tag anybody you want to tag. Let them hear us. There is a video evidence. And the younger brother, through his TikTok, now said there is an impersonator that I sold him. How can he be an impersonator? You sold your phone to him with the same video evidence that has been missing. How can they be saying all this nonsense to us and then we all keep quiet as a society? The 3 seconds video has an extension. Even the person you are claiming is an impersonator also was in the house with Mohbad. He's a credible eyewitness. What kind of impersonation is that? Does it even make sense? How can the Damala be an impersonator? Something you sold to him voluntarily. The video that you left in the same phone voluntarily. Video that you had with you before you even sold the phone. You now claim he had access to it. Oh, how? You both did it together or you did it and it was there. So at the end of the day, both of you have got case to answer. And no 2 ways about it. It beat about the justice here. And the 2 of affect bad, come back. Alone and let them bad. They brought out this little pathway that are you guys done with all your shenanigans? You block this, you block that, you have power here, you have power there. As we speak now, that can have they silenced me? And let's see the integrity of these police officers. We'll push them to where they want to push to. We'll get to that stage. But I can know for sure that these police officers, except there is an order from somebody which can never be above the commissioner of police. So if we can get somebody bigger, like the IG or the presidency or the NSA, the head of DSS, you will see that the story will change immediately. We just need to shake the polity once. If they won't allow it in Lagos, let's face the National Assembly. I am willing and ready to lead that. Let's go there. Let's be united. If you know you are anti-justice and you are faking as justice, stop listening to them. They are using the same TikTok and their own group to be... Ignore them. Block them off. Don't even be listening to what they say and be bringing it to us here. If you are good at listening to gossip and dirty stuff, keep it to yourself and stay with them. Let's talk about the right people that are fighting for justice. How are they related to fighting for justice? Keep them where they belong. If you are enjoying their nonsense and gibberish, enjoy it. Don't come and tell us, I'm not doing competition. This is a serious matter. You can't sit on social media and be claiming you're fighting for justice and be attacking somebody who is offline and you're looking for the person's mistake. Is that not madness? Don't make any sense in it. And you come out of it, is that how easy you are to be brainwashed? How do you want this? How do you want your children to even make it in life? Because if people are working out tirelessly offline, and some people sit down there and looking for mistakes and calling the person thief, and you believe them, and you tell Jale kill and shit. Láì dóònà pé gbogbo rọ́tẹ́pá ó lọ asylum ni o ó lọ ṣe kinní kan ni o fake NGO ni o gbogbo ẹ̀ ń sìn kí lẹ rí gbogbo rọ́tọ́ ti pa àti gbogbo rọ́tọ́ wèrè tọ́tí who are they now, where are they? Kọ́tọ̀kọ́tọ̀ you must understand that there are some people, they are only agents. You don't need crowd. Don't be entertaining yourself with junks. This one is abusing. Come and entertain around. Let's focus. If we know that it's just 80 of us, let's know that 80 of us are focusing. But you'll be going, looking, and then kilele zombie, kilo song pa Yomi, ori Yomi ko phone gade, o ṣe kinní kan. Láti jọ́ tó ti pariwo, Yomi ko phone, àwọn collectors kinní kan. Does that look like those people? Which reasonable person will listen to them? They just want to act like they are there because they have nothing to offer. They cannot accept the fact that this job is not a social media struggle. You would have, if you want to help Baba Mohbad, if you want to help Mohbad, you should have formed an army offline and face it squarely. You don't have a registered body. You don't have a local standing. Accept your fate. But instead of that, they will be looking for how to bring somebody down. Look for what is his mistake. Where did he hit? Why did he travel there? Why did he go to Katsina? Why did he go to Ghana? Why did he go to Kiniko? And some of you would be looking for such platforms to... How is that an entertainment? How is that justice, struggle for justice? You are part of the problem. Going to such places that you know they are not contributing anything. You are interested in some people bringing the other person down. That is what you enjoy. You are not, you yourself claiming to be on this side. You are not a justice fighter. You are a gossiper. So you enjoy when some people abuse the other, and it is a different thing. How are we on the same page? Constructive. Movement. You will be going to them, meet them, carry what they say. Look at what. Don't come and show me. Really, I block majority of them off. If they can help me to block me off so that I won't even have opportunity to see you. Because all those ones does not even add up to me. We have a bigger fish to fry. Anjo kan wo ya photo pẹ̀lú kinní kan ó kó fóònù lọ sí kinní kan ìyẹn lẹ máa ṣe ẹ lọ sanwó sí newspaper bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ ń tàn yìí lárí yẹn náà wọ́n ń tàn nígbà tí a bá ti máa fi tàn dẹ́wọ̀n ṣá ara gbogbo yẹn balẹ̀ gbà ẹlẹ́wọ̀n kó jura wọn lọ torí mo ti wá bá yín jókòó sórí social media tí o rò pé ti rí rọ́ndọ̀nọ̀dọ̀. Let's go on a musical break. When we come back, we allow other panelists to talk. Back to this fold. Let us work together with him. Accept that some of the things he has been pushed, he has been saying he has been pushed. And let's accept it. But if he chooses to still stay with them, we forge ahead because we will be law. As a matter of fact, the only time his name came up was the investigation the police were doing, and they saw the need to invite him down. That's the only time we needed him. They didn't ask me, are you family? Are you member? No. Where the verdict of the coroner inquest would have been so useful originally is at the first court. They took all the suspects, they took them to. And before the coroner inquest will even round up, they've actually discharged and acquitted. There are some people, they don't have case to answer. So, and as it is now, if the coroner inquest writes its reports to the DPP, check DPP tó ti discharge àwọn kan with real sense when we're telling them then with the name normal Nigerian ego stuff. Is it the same DPP that knew? You think they don't know why they quickly went to that court and discharge those they want to discharge? Because like Yoma Sotoro said, same DPP on the corona inquest, but I send the report at the party. These are the people we thought we suspect. If he includes any of those people thought he discharge, do you think the DPP will now write it and say, okay, we will use it? Except that thing is very, very cogent, so overwhelming. And they know certainly that the only thing totally overwhelming, Tombo, or not on the toxicology report. They know this is what you're going to get. So they felt like, are we going to wait till that time before this case gets to a stage whereby everybody will start querying the Attorney General that, why is this case not in court yet? Is there something more that we need to know? Because immediately that the backbenchers start to look into the activities of an Attorney General or a Commissioner for Justice, then it becomes question. Nobody wants to question mark on their reputation. And we explained that clearly then, that this thing is the way it is. Let us all come together and work on this one that cannot be denied, which is the digital and eyewitness accounts. Something that has been missing. If there was an eyewitness account, I to call a court. Ọlọ́pàá ò ní evidence any eyewitness account tó sọ pé this is person that did this and that. That's why they were able to free 5 out of the 7. They asked them to go. They have no case to answer because they have nothing to prove against them. So that is what we are trying to do then. That please let us all come together. Leave envy. It could be that another vehicle is available to take them. Emma saw the Emma saw the blackmail. Emma saw the Arabu. Some people saw it as an opportunity to make it look like I am the most wretched actor they ever know. They made it look like I don't even have a job before. They make it look like as I am here by Gemu Alara actor to pe won ti eri ordinary Togo ko ri lori. They make it look like ko te mi wa ni connection ara mi te wa moyan rara. Ta pe case Mohbad ten wo yi. Ta ba ma fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ gidi gbogbo ohun tó ní kálukú mọ̀ la ma kó jáde. Àwọn kan wà tẹ́mi bá call wọn out ọkọ̀ máa dún kòkò ni we go to court ibi tẹ́ máa dún nìyẹn àlàyé ẹ̀yọwọ́ kúrò ní kéèsì ẹ̀yọwọ́ ni irú àpọ̀ olè la fẹ́ máa fún in society tàbí pẹ́ ń tẹ́lẹ̀ ń tó pààyàn. Yomi Hamzat said only the prime suspect ran to a senior lawyer that helped them in Timothy's case. Is that not enough for a society to even say what? Like you all kept quiet. We can't be divided with that nonsense. I say, let's be divided. Most of the people who are telling me to pull him down by all means syndrome. And it has turned to it's already an hereditary cause. And the it's not necessarily that the repercussion will be how Mohbad died. It could be that your child or you yourself or your son or your daughter will be they will now test your children with same. And your child will come and say, I don't think you live a good life, mom. Everywhere I go, I run into problem. And some people will tell me, go and ask your mom what kind of life she lived.